Shalom, Israel. This is Bishop Nathaniel. I want you to know that you can view all our Sabbath classes live on IUIC TV. That's right, I said on IUIC TV. Download the app today. Shalom.
Most High in Christ blessed everybody. This is Oak 93.5 in Raleigh, North Carolina. Yeah. This is IUIC Raleigh. My name, I'm Officer Nahum, the host. Who I got in the booth with me?
Got Officer Ibnaya,
Officer Joe, and Officer Noam.
All praises, all praises. So we got a good topic here today. Okay? So this is what the topic we're going to touch on. We're going to touch on some stuff right here to get y'all right. You know, everybody talking about the so-called new year. So the topic of today is what's really new this year? Some agenda, new year, right? So I'm going to touch on it again, say it again so y'all can get it. What's really new this year? Same agenda, new year, okay? Yeah, so what y'all think about that? What y'all think about the so-called new year? What's y'all thoughts on that? Let me start with you there, Ebonite.
It's another day.
Another day?
Just another day. Same stuff, different day. It ain't nothing new about going from December to January. There's nothing new about that.
Just cold as hell, right?
You playing yourself. Yeah, you playing yourself. Yep. That's it. Giving yourself false hopes, thinking that you're going to accomplish something that you know good and well you probably ain't going to do. Nah.
What about you there, Joe?
Like you said, ain't nothing new. Everything's still dead this time of the year.
Right.
So it's nothing new right yet.
Oh, yeah, what about you, Noam?
Yeah, we're going into what Officer Joe was mentioning because the trees don't have no leaves on them, right?
That's right.
So I'm amazed by how new things can be with no leaves on them.
Right. So we're going to touch on that real quick. Let's touch on that right fast. Let's go to Exodus chapter 12 and verse 1 real quick. So we'll find out something here about the new year. When is the new year? Because we told this is the new year, right?
Right.
And dead winter, right? It's cold. It's cool out here right now. It's kind of, we ain't got no big time snow down here in the Carolinas, you know what I'm saying? Unless you probably live out in the mountains or something like that. But in most places like up north, it's snowing, you know what I'm saying? And, this is like our coldest times of the year here in the state of North Carolina is the coldest months is January and February, right? So let's read what you got.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 12 and verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months.
Here they said this month here is going to be the beginning of months. So what is the beginning of months? The new year, right? Read on.
It shall be the first month of the year to you.
The what?
The first month of the year to you.
It said the first month of the year to you. I know I'm not looking at my Bible. What verse you at right now?
Verse 2.
All right. You at verse 2 or you finished verse 2?
I just finished verse 2.
All right. Go to the next chapter 13 and verse 3 real quick. We're going to read 3 through 4. So we're showing you what this first month is, and we're going to show you what it's talking about, okay? Read what you got.
The book of Exodus, chapter 13 and verse 3. And Moses said unto the people, remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt.
Right, because this same time frame, this is when we came out of Egypt, okay? We left Egypt and we was going into the wilderness, okay? We went through cut through the Red Sea. Moses split the Red Sea. We went through it the same month, the same time of the year. The Lord, he a mastermind. He said, I'm gonna have this set up on the first day of the year, the first month. Okay, so you guys know what's going to take place. It's not hard to keep and not hard to forget. You can remember that. We all remember about the going into the wilderness, us leaving Egypt. He got it set up on the first month of the year. Go ahead, read.
In which he came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage. For by strength of hand the Lord brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten. This day came ye out in the month of Abib. The month of
Abib. That's what it's called right there, the month of Abib. And let me get that number 1A. Number 1A, we can get the definition of Abib right here. Let's get that right quick there. I know he's going to pull it up for us. And we're going to read that thing, about the month of Abib. I don't know if you can see that on the screen right there.
I can see it. Yes, sir. It says Abib. Now, the first month of the ancient Hebrew calendar corresponding to Nisan.
Yeah, it said corresponding to Nisan because it was the month of Abib. Then it was changed to Nisan, okay, during, various captivities. We went to Persian and Mede, and then it got changed to Nisan. So give me number 1B real quick. So it got some more information there, to prove what we saying right here, okay? Because you gotta remember, this is coming from the Most High God. The Most High God give us the days, times, and the hours, and so on and so forth, right? So you got that other definition. It's a Google.
It's heavy that you said that the Most High gives us the days and the seasons and the times, because if you recall, during the history you reading, we had just spent 400 and some change years in Egypt, and the Egyptian calendar at that time was not based on a 12-month cycle. No. It was not based on the month of Abib being the first month and all that stuff. Their calendar had nothing to do with that. So we had to literally be retaught how to tell time according to the way that our God wanted it to be in the earth.
Right, yeah, because, you know what I'm saying, whenever you go under captivity under some other nation, you're going to start picking up their laws, statutes, and, however they do things. You're going to observe their stuff. So we had to be taught over again, okay? Okay, on that definition there, if you can scroll up on that link, that second link, yeah, you scroll all the way up real quick. Let's see here real quick. I guess you could just read that right there. I thought it had more than what was listed there, but go ahead and read what you got there about a bib.
It says Hebrew. I can't read the word, but anyway, it says literally ear of grain.
Okay, that's what a bib means, either a bib or a viv. You know what I'm saying? It means ear of grain. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, like you said, we're gonna know when that time frame is, right? And this is during the springtime, is what it's supposed to be saying. I know the one that I sent him. I guess it might not have showed up right, but when you look it up on Google, when you do the Google meaning of it, it's going to explain to you. It's going to show you that Abib means the beginning of spring. That's when you had the ear of corn. It's when crops and everything, certain things start growing. You start seeing the leaves, the plants start budding and stuff. That's new beginning. You know what I'm saying? The new beginning of everything.
No, so I can read it real quick.
Oh, you got
yes, sir. Yes, sir. I pulled it up. It says Abib or Aviv is a Hebrew word meaning green ears of grain.
Green ears of grain. Go ahead.
Referring to the stage of barley when it is ripe but still soft, symbolizing new growth and the start of spring.
Hear that? The start of spring. Okay, so that's what that's going into. So the Lord let you know, hey, when everything starts over and they begin to start warming up and everything, after that, after the frost and all that stuff, hey, he says, hey, look, this is the beginning of the year. This is when everything starts over. Right. Everything start completely over, and because everything got to go to a dormant, everything dies off during the winter months. You got your what is? Let me do the season. You got spring, you got summer, right? Then you got fall, then you go into winter, right? So I mean, it's just showing you, there's a cycle. Okay, so with that, go to Daniel 7:25 real quick, because now we got to figure out what happened. How did things change? You know what I'm saying? Our forefather Daniel, he showed us, he had a vision. He showed what's going to take place in the near future. Right. A lot of people, when they read the Bible, they think this is an old book. This book is old. This is a book of prophecy, okay?
That's right.
That's what this is. This is a book of prophecy. Go ahead.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Say he, who is he? Who is in rulership right now? They say he shall speak great words against the Most High. He painted his face to look like the Most High, right? Read.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
Who are the saints of the Most High? Right. Hold that real quick. Go give me the saints. Give me Psalms, 50 and 5 real quick. So we're going to show you who are the saints, right? Who are the saints of God? So when you get that, read that.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50 and verse 5. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
By sacrifice. Who made a covenant by sacrifice? Give me Psalms 148 and you know what I want. Yeah, so it's easy to let you know who made a sacrifice with blood right there. Who did that? Who got the blood sprinkled on them with the book and everything? That was in the wilderness. That was the children of Israel. Okay, that's who the saints are. Saints ain't everybody. Right. Okay, so read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 148 and verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people.
Of his who?
Of his people.
Who's God's people? Israel. Go ahead.
The praise of all his saints, even the children of Israel, a people near unto him.
That's who the saints are. It's always been the children of Israel. It's not everybody. It's not all nations. Okay, so I want you to make sure you understand that.
Right.
All right, so go ahead and let's see here real quick. So we got that. So go back to Daniel 7:25 real quick. So he's going to wear out the saints. Now you know who the saints is, right? Go ahead.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws.
Hear that? He think to change times and laws. So that's why you got the so-called New Year in dead winter. You know what I'm saying? In dead winter. You know, it is crazy too, because like, you know, you got the government. They got a government New Year, which is in October, right?
Right.
So now, then you got they got a New Year set up on this time. Then you got the Chinese and them got their New Year. That's Moab, right? Yep. So you got all this. You got to look at that. He set to change times and laws. There's daylight saving time and all this stuff. Hey, he doing his own thing. He changing laws. You know, you got man can marry man, women can marry women. You got all these different things that's taking place that goes against what thus says the Lord.
Leap years and all that type of stuff.
Leap years and all this stuff. You know, hey, that's not all that stuff is not biblical. But it's mentioned. Daniel said this was going to take place. This was going to happen in the near future. That's okay, right. So go ahead with that.
And they shall be given unto his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Right. It's going to be, that's about 350 years right there. He said this is going to be taking place. And then guess what? Now it become a tradition, a custom. Now our people are lost, they're confused. And you try to you explain to somebody right now, this is not the New Year. They look at you like you got 2-3 heads on your head.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Watch the calendar go from 25 to 26.
Hey, look.
Trust in your oppression.
Hey, look. They forget. They always forget. Hey, that calendar is a Greco-Roman calendar.
I'm telling you.
So go to Job 9:24 real quick. So we got to find out who changed the times. Who is in rulership right now? Who got to say so? Who can travel to the moon? Who can trade and do import and exports? Okay, who the bully of the earth? Go ahead.
This is the book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So the Bible said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So we got to find out who is this wicked person right here. So the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Read.
He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
And that's how you speak against the Most High. He covered the faces of the judges there. Who's the ultimate judge? Christ.
Right.
You got the Most High God, you got the angels, you got the Israelites who are going to judge the earth, okay?
That's right.
Hey, who painted the faces of them? Who did that? Right? Read. It's going to explain. Read on.
If not, where? And who is he?
He said, if not, where and who else did it? Who else did it? Right. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody else done that, but we know who did that. The so-called white man, right? That did that, right? So, all right. So go ahead on and give me. We're gonna find out about this wicked. Give me Malachi 1:1 real quick. Malachi chapter 1 and verse 1. Because Malachi, he prophesied about this too. What took place? What happened? Okay, read what you got.
The book of Malachi chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi.
By Malachi, right? So this is what he's speaking toward Israel. Okay, go ahead.
I have loved you, saith the Lord.
The God says, I love Israel. He said, I love you. You my people. I chosen you from the beginning. Okay, read.
Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
So this is what we say, because we've been going through all these trials, tribulations, captivities, slavery. That's what they go into. All this stuff happened to us, right? We got to find, matter of fact, hold that right there. We got to find out why it happened. Go to Amos 3:1 real quick. So we got to find out why this happened, why this take place, right? Because God, he was dealing with us. He gave us law, statutes, and commandments. There was rules and regulations behind this, okay? Read what you got in Amos 3:1.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord hath spoken against you, O children of Israel.
O Israelites, go ahead.
Against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying.
This is you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and you Native Americans today. You are the children of Israel. You make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel, okay? Always remember that, okay? You're not no heathen. You ain't no Gentile. Right. You are the Israelites. All right, so with that, read on.
Verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
He said, you the only ones I known. You the only ones I gave my law, statutes, and commandments. You the one I put my name on.
Right.
Okay? You the one I gave a land to. Read.
Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
I'm going to punish you for all your sins, okay? That's just chastisement. That's you getting the butt. Well, that's the belt. Oh, the switch that grandma used to tell you, go out there and pick a switch for me there, young boy. Young girl, give me that. And we always try to get that switch and we try to break it. Grandma said, go back out there and give me another one. hey, look, we try to leave the leaves on there thinking they're going to do something. Nah, she tell us, I got something for you. All you hear is whoosh, whoosh. Hey, you already know what happened with that. So go back to where we was at Malachi 1.
Book of Malachi, chapter 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother?
He said, was not Esau Jacob's brother? You know, just like we read about in Genesis chapter 25, right? 25 on down. He said, wasn't Esau Jacob's brother, right? The two twin brothers, but he wasn't identical. They were fraternal. Go ahead.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Saith the Lord, yet I loved Jacob.
He said, I loved Jacob, right? Well, Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Go ahead.
And I hated Esau.
He said, I hated Esau. Esau's name was changed to Edom.
That's
okay?
Right.
Edom means red and hairy. Okay? Right. Go ahead, read.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness.
So during this time frame right here, this is going into the Dark Ages, right? He said, I pushed them into the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. During the Dark Ages, we ruled Europe for over 1,000 years. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know, around about 196 AD. Okay, so we took over Europe, and we ruled that thing. So when you read about the knights in the table, you know, King James, all them people, a lot of them were those were black kings, okay, that ruled. Those were the Moors, okay. That's what it means. Moor just means it ain't no black. That's all it means in Latin, okay. So we ruled. We pushed them into the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. So this is giving you a time frame. Our forefathers saw this in the vision. Read
Malachi chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places.
So this is their mindset. They said, we are impoverished up here in the Caucasus Mountains, right? You read about this, what is it, I forgot the guy that owned the book, the 13 Tribes or whatever.
Arthur Koestler.
Yeah, Arthur Koestler, right? When you read that, he said we must be the 13th tribe because we don't fit nothing about the biblical Israelites. Nah, matter of fact, when you look at Hitler he got a book on that thing. He showed you who the Israelites are. He said they the so-called African Americans, Hispanics, Native Americans today. That's right. Those are Negroes. That's what he said. Go ahead.
But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down.
He said, they're going to build, but I'm going to throw down, right? So they had their time to come back during the Renaissance period, okay? That's what it's talking about, the Renaissance. When you in your literature class during high school, and you had Renaissance, you remember that? They mentioned a tiny little drop about the Dark Ages, right? They say it was a time of poverty and this and that, but they never tell you ruled in the Dark Ages. That's why they call it dark, okay? Because they want to tell you your history. All right, so during the Dark Ages, they came back and took over. Like when you read books or watch a movie called Othello, right? You see what I think Lawrence Fishburne, he played in the movie. I need to watch that. I seen a little bit of it, but I need to watch that again. You know what I'm saying? And to show you how he was like one of the last kings that ruled during that time, and they had a play on that thing. So, hey. But you know, that's our history. You know what I'm saying? What took place, what happened. You know, I ain't saying we was in righteousness during that time because we was wicked too. So things had to happen. Okay, prophecy had to take place. But read on.
They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
They're gonna call them the border of wickedness. What does a border do? It's the beginning or the ending of something, right? You know, you start here. This is the border of it, or the ending of it. You jumping into another place. So they're the beginning and the ending of wickedness, right? So now let's see here real quick. Let's go to 1 Maccabees 1 and 1 real quick. So we'll show you I'm just giving you some history of who just trying to warm you up, line you up and stuff real quick. So let's find out real quick about these evils right here, okay? Go ahead, read that.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 1. And it began after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
So now we're reading about Alexander, the King Alexander of Greece, right? You know what I'm saying? This is who we're going to read about his history. He's mentioned in the Bible. Okay?
Right.
You got this captivity is missing in most of y'all Bibles. What we're reading here is the Apocrypha, meaning Greek word for hidden books. These 14 books were taken out during the time of by the white Protestant church, okay? They took this out to hide your history so you don't know who you are. That's why you don't know who the Greeks, you know, that when you read, you know, what is it, Galatians 3 and 48, I'm 20, yeah. When you read about there's no difference between free bond or Greek or whatever, you know, those Greeks are talking about the Greek-speaking Israelites, okay?
Right.
That was taken in captivity during this time. And they forgot who they were, and that's when you read about the Galatians, you read about the Corinthians, all those names, the Greek names that you read about. Guess what? That was us during the Greek captivity. Okay, we forgot our heritage. All right, so read it from the top again.
First Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes.
Right, because we can read about this in history right here. This is what we're reading about. This here took place. What we're reading about, this happened way before it happened. You know what I'm saying? Because Daniel prophesied, and you read in Daniel's 10 in chapter 10, okay?
Right.
He touches on this, okay? So now it's coming to pass. That's why I said it happened. Right. Prophecy took place, okay? So now in the Maccabees, they bringing out and recording what had took place. Okay, read on.
That he reigned in his stead, the first over Greece.
That's right. He the first over Greece. He the first king of Greece. Right. We can read about him. Go ahead.
Hey, also make sure you said this is the first time the so-called white man came into power. This is the first rulership of the white folks.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, this is the first time they took power. This is when they came in rulership. Okay, we always read about the Romans in there, but this is the first time when the so-called white man took over. Okay,
yes, when they returned to rebuild the desolate.
This is before the Dark Ages, right? Exactly. This is before the Romans that took over. Could the Greece end up becoming the Romans too?
Right.
Exactly. Yeah, but go ahead. You got more? Yeah.
No, I was going to tell you when you read Daniel, it tell you he overthrew the Persian Medes.
Oh yeah.
That's when he came. That's when the white man first came into power.
Right. Because that's what it said. He killed Darius, king of Persia.
Yes, exactly.
Go ahead.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 2. And made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth.
Right, because he took over. He was running through. He was conquering. Okay, because at this time the Persian Mede was the powerhouse. Okay, so now he's coming in power and taking over. Okay, go ahead.
And went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils and many nations, in so much that the earth was quiet before him.
All of them were submitted on there. They was under his power. He was in rulership. Okay, go ahead.
Wherefore he was exalted, and his heart was lifted up.
He was exalted because the Most High had it set up for him to rule. Okay, everybody had their time to rule. We'll touch on that as well in due time. But go ahead.
And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings who became tributaries unto him.
Right, because they brought they riches and all that stuff, taxes. They had to give it unto Alexander the Greek. Go ahead.
And after these things, he fell sick and perceived that he should die.
So he fell sick. He had a bad case of syphilis. Okay, that's what killed him. You know what I'm saying? They able to find that stuff in history because he was a homosexual too. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up catching that, and that thing got worse, and he died. Okay, but go ahead.
Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them.
Right, so he parted his kingdom among them. Go ahead.
While he was yet alive. So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died.
Right, he reigned 12 years and he died, but he broke his kingdom up into 4 heads. Okay, so read on real quick. We'll touch on that. Go ahead.
And his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
So they all put crowns upon themselves, right? Read.
So did their sons after them many years.
Right. So look. So let me touch on this real quick. This is what we read about in history, right? So Alexander, he had to have 4 generals, right? The 4 people that was brought up with him that he know very well, right? So one of them was Ptolemy. You read about him in history. He ruled Egypt, right? And you had Lysimachus.
Yes, sir.
He ruled Thrace and Asia Minor, okay? And we had Cassander. He ruled Macedonia and Greece. And you had Seleucus. He ruled Syria, okay? Pretty much like that whole Middle East area, okay? So they all put crowns in their head and they was in rulership, but they end up having to fight each other too as well. But read on. Read verse 9 again.
And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, and so did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
Here they say evils were multiplied on the earth. So during the time of their rulership, the whole earth it got way dark. It got evil.
Remember, you just read Job 9:24. Yep. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked.
That's right.
Absolutely. You're right about that, Job. The earth was given into the hand of the wicked, right?
That's right.
So, all these evils were multiplied. So we're going to find out about some of these evils real quick. Go to Mark 7:21. We're going to read on down to 23. And we'll show you some of these evils that were multiplied throughout the whole earth, which we're still going on to this day, okay?
Right. They still doing it.
Yeah. Read what you got.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7 and verse 21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceed evil thoughts.
So from within, out of the heart of men, meaning your mind. Your heart is your mind. That's where you get thoughts and all that stuff. That's your heart, according to the Bible. Not this organ in your chest that pump blood. It's talking about your mind, okay? It proceed evil thoughts. And then you're going to touch on some of these attributes of evil. These evil things that were spread throughout the earth. Go ahead. Adulteries, right? That's, you see that rampant going around. People sleeping around on their wives, or people that's single sleeping with married people, right? Or married people sleeping outside their marriage. Go ahead. Fornications, all different type of sex going on. You know what I'm saying? That's taking place. We see that. You got porn, all that stuff. Yep. Yeah, that back in the days, we used to have to go sneak and get a tape, a video tape. A video, what do you call it, VHS and all that stuff. Now you can just pull this stuff up on your phone, so it's easy access for your children. They can see that thing easy. Okay, go ahead.
Murders,
right? You got people out here killing each other. You got all these gang violence, all type of stuff taking place. All these different type of evils. Go ahead.
Thefts.
People stealing, right? All these things we mentioning took place in the beginning of time too as well. But guess what? But it got worse. Okay, it's taking place now. This is just like the times of Noah, just like before the flood and after the flood. Go ahead.
Covetousness.
People want what they can't have. I see what he got this. I want what he has. Or I want what she has, and they go crazy. They will kill for it. That's a lust. Okay, go ahead.
Wickedness,
all type of crazy foolishness. Go ahead.
Deceit,
lies. There's lies taking place. Go ahead.
Lasciviousness,
go all these crazy sexual desires. People having sex with animals, all type of stuff. That you see. Hey, all this stuff is evil. Read.
An evil eye.
Evil, that's hatred toward one another. Go ahead.
Blasphemy.
That's you got people lying against, going against the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? They lying about the Bible. Go ahead.
Pride
come before destruction.
Foolishness. All these things, all these evil things.
All these what?
Evil things.
Remember, evils will multiply throughout the whole earth, right? So all these evil things now, this on everybody on the earth. Go ahead. It's on a lot of our people now. Go ahead.
Come from within and defile the man.
They say all this comes from within, out of your mind, and once you start acting on it, because all this stuff is premeditated, and then you're gonna start acting it out. Right. And now it defiles you, right? It defiles the man. There's more. That's it?
That's it, yes.
Okay, so now we're going to touch... Go ahead.
Hey, let me get one. Let me get Proverbs, because remember, you going into who when they start ruling the earth, wicked multiply the earth, all right? Give me Proverbs 29 and verse 16. Watch this.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgression increases.
So you hear that? So you see that? When the wicked multiply, transgression means breaking of God's laws.
Right.
So when the wicked are in power, laws are being transgressed. So read that again.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and verse 16. When the wicked are multiplied, transgressions increase, but the righteous shall see their fall.
So we're gonna see the fall of the wicked.
Right.
That's what's going on now. We're coming back to who we are, and we're seeing the downfall of the wicked. Go ahead, officer.
Right. And y'all got it? Anybody else got anything?
No, okay.
All right. So we're gonna jump here to a topic here. We're gonna touch on some current events that took place here. So again, we went on a little rant on some little history here, showing you who the wicked was, what happened, how the times would change. So again, I'm gonna read the topic again, right? So this is, on Oak 93.5. The topic is what's really new this year. Same agenda, new year, right? So we touched on what the actual new year was and how times was changed. So now I know y'all seen on the news, right? Y'all seen the monks marching across 10 states. So give me that article in too, sir. So now we're gonna read about this right here. So you got you got these monks. They're marching right across 10 states for peace. Right. Not this right here. Number 2. Yeah. Okay. You see it?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay. All right. Why he get that? You know what I'm saying? So they're marching for peace, right? You know, we're gonna see what what are they talking about peace, right? So they're gonna march. They're all marching from Texas all the way to Washington D.C. Right. So they're pretty much gonna go from I-20 all the way to I-95 north. Okay, from 20 east to 95 north. That's the route they taking right there. So I see that right there. We'll read up a little bit on
2,300 miles.
Yeah, something like that. 2,300 miles. So you got the article there. We'll get somebody to read that right there. Can you scroll down and see we got the title on? If you're able to scroll down, let's see. All right, read that right there.
It says, how much longer will the walk for peace be in Georgia after leaving ATL?
Right. So now, at this particular time, they're in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So now we're going to read that right there.
A group of Buddhist monks walked from Fort Worth, Texas to Washington, D.C., spent New Year's Eve in Georgia, having just passed through Atlanta in the days prior.
Right. So now they traveling, right? They walking, for peace. I don't know, what I'm saying? It's crazy. They're walking through, all these states. Now, the crazy thing, you can probably see a lot of our people out there cheering them on. Yeah, come on, go do it. All this foolishness, you know what I'm saying? Our people get hyped up for dumb stuff. But if they don't understand the Bible, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no daggone peace. But read on.
It says the walk for peace crossed into West Point, Georgia from Alabama on December 26th. Before they continued northeast toward Atlanta.
Read.
The monks spent the night of December 29th in Morrow, Georgia, before gearing up for Atlanta. They crossed the perimeter into the city on December 30th.
Right. So scroll down some more real quick if you don't mind. Scroll down. Let me see something. Scroll all the way down. Let's see. Hold on for a minute. We'll touch on it right here. You can take that down real quick. So pretty much, they're walking for peace, right? So they don't walk all the way from, they hitting all these state capitals, right? So they went from Texas, right? From Fort Worth, Texas. That's where they started at. So they on I-20, they pretty much went through, Fort Worth, Texas, Dallas, and all that. Now they made their way from Texas all the way to Louisiana, right? So that's the next state over there. Yep. From Louisiana, I think Baton Rouge might be the capital of Louisiana, if I'm correct. Then from Louisiana all the way over to Mississippi. I think Jackson, Mississippi is the capital, if I'm correct. Then from, they're taking the I-20 from Jackson, Mississippi over to, I'm trying to think, Montgomery, Alabama. Yeah, or they might have went through Birmingham, whatever. They went to Alabama. So then from Alabama, they go to Georgia, right? So they went to Atlanta. Now from Georgia, they're going to take you to Columbia, South Carolina. Right, so then they making their way to South Carolina. They may already be there. I don't know. Right. They got a little dog with them too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they did have a little dog.
so now they scroll it down. Now they going from there to they're gonna hit 95 because I-20 95 intersect there. So they got to go north. Now they're gonna go through North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna hit 95 North Carolina. Then from North Carolina they go to Richmond, Virginia. From Richmond, Virginia, all the way up to actually before they even go to, they got to go to Raleigh. So they got to go 95 to 40 or whatever, however which way they're going to go to Raleigh. Then they're gonna probably take US 1 to I'm trying to think of the quickest way they're gonna take US 1 to 85 on up to they're gonna range to 95 to Richmond, Virginia. Then from Richmond, Virginia to Maryland. Then from Maryland to DC. You know what I'm saying? This is the route they're doing. And they trying to do this for peace, right? So, give me Amos 3:3 real quick, And I mean, before we pull the script real quick, what's your thoughts on that thing there about this piece? Let me see what you got to say on that.
They getting a nice amount of exercise. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, they getting some nice exercise. You never downplay what our ancestors did and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You never downplay it. Marching for peace, sit-ins, all of those things. Those are paramount to us being established as a people in the eyes of a people who didn't see us as people. You know what I'm saying? That was paramount for those things to be able to happen for us to gain our rights and stuff like that. But if you think that walking is going to solve any of your community's problems as a black or Hispanic person, you are sadly mistaken. You're gonna be punched in the face. Only God's laws, statutes, and commandments can do that. And those monks don't believe in your God. Right. Nope. They don't believe in you. They don't believe in none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? They believe in Buddha. Yep. They believe in the fat dude. You know what I'm saying? That's what they believe in.
They put me in the mindset of old Bone Thugs and Harmony.
Bruh. I'm telling you, you see all these videos. I see all these sisters out there. Oh, I'm giving them water. They just want to be on the news. Yeah. They don't care about what them dudes doing. They probably aborted something last week. I hate to talk like that about our sisters, but that's, you know what I'm saying? Right. Yeah. Like, you don't care about your people enough like that, and then you out here because they trying to, we need to walk for people. Nah. That ain't, you won't support the men that's changing your community for real, the Israelites. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, and then the thing is this, they're going to support these other nations and won't support your own people. Okay. Hey, look, and a lot of our people are in that belief too. A lot of them are Buddhists. I see some stuff. You'll see that monk in people's houses. Some people into all other type of stuff, and not into who they truly are. They don't worship the true God. You know what I'm saying? What do you say about that, Joe? What's your thoughts?
Officer, I can't say it too much plain. Officer just described everything. They just walking to get exercise. There ain't no peace gonna come back to the earth not till we get control of it.
That's right.
I think they walking barefoot too. On top of that,
I've seen some New Balances out there. I seen some out there.
What you think, Noam? What's your thoughts?
I like that part you made about when you said something about peace. Somebody give me 1 Thessalonians 5:3, because a lot of the times when we see this on TV, for our people, that is a major distraction from the destruction to come. Read this.
The book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety.
Y'all see that? So when they marching like that, that's a distraction from you so-called blacks and blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're distracting you from keeping God's law. Read.
Then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
You see that? Don't forget that these nuclear missiles are coming to destroy this place called Babylon here, okay?
That's right.
Read.
As travail upon a woman with child.
Just like them women, when they get ready to have birth, just as soon as that baby is coming, you can believe that those missiles are coming as well. Read on.
And they shall not escape.
Nobody's going to escape from God's destruction, okay? So when you see things like that, those monks and those other nations marching, that is a distraction from you repenting. Remember that, all right?
Right. Hey, you got something, Joe?
I'm pretty sure you're going to call it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Is it Matthew 10?
Nah, go ahead. I ain't have it.
Matthew 10:34. Let's get that. Let's get it out of Christ's mouth.
Go ahead and get it.
Bring it out.
The book of Matthew.
Let's see what Christ said about this peace thing.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10 and verse 34. Think not that I am come to send peace on earth.
So Christ said, don't think that he came to bring peace on the earth. What he going to bring?
I came not to send peace, but a sword.
So you see that? Keep reading. Let's see how this peace going to come. I mean, how this sword going to come. Read on.
For I am come to set a man at variance against his father and the daughter, and the daughter against the mother. And the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household.
So there won't be no peace, because that peace is already abrupted in your house. Christ said he gonna divide the house.
Right.
So a monk can't bring peace by walking.
No, he ain't gonna bring no peace by the walking. All you do is bring the exercise.
Exactly.
So, like all of us, we all got to burn the fat. Yeah, right. But and the thing is this right here, what is talking about how he gonna bring that division there, because a lot of our people don't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And then when you start bringing those scriptures out, they start cutting. Okay, they start hurting. Right. Matter of fact, give me Hebrews. Get Hebrews 5 and 12. No, 4 and 12. Yeah, get that for me real quick about that sword. Watch this right here. This is a spiritual sword that's taking place, which is the Bible. You got it?
The book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verse 12. For the word of God is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword.
A sharp slice, right? What does it do? Read.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit.
Right. It cuts your soul in half, your spirit in half. Whatever, doctrine that you're coming with, what you thought, what you was reading, what you thought, hey, it was wrong. And it's going to say that in there. Read on.
And of the joints and marrow, and is discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
So what you thought you believed in, guess what? It was wrong. Now you reading it in here. Now you wrestling with it. You know, because you can't believe what you're reading. You know, it's almost like somebody telling you, right now we know the sky to be blue, and I come and tell you the sky red. You will argue me down. My mama said it's not. It's in science class. But when you read "Thus saith the Lord," hey, now you got to sit there and think about that. God said the guy, he created everything. You know, hey, now you gotta figure out what it's talking about. So with that, give me Amos 3:3 real quick, because the Bible speak about, you know what I'm saying? They're talking about peace. They want everybody to come together, but the Bible don't say that. Like
That's
what,
right.
You know, Job just read that. You know, everybody's not gonna be. Is not gonna. Yeah, remember, some people gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And some people gonna live. And Christ, when he come back, they're gonna try to fight him. So that's gonna be the war. They're gonna last an hour. Well, go ahead, 60 minutes. Go ahead.
The book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 3. Can two walk together except they be agreed?
It said, can two walk together except they be agreed? So you can't have somebody that's straight, and they're homosexual, they're not gonna agree. You can't have a crackhead, a drunk, and all of them come together with somebody that's sober. It is not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? They don't mix. You know what I'm saying? You know, I should have brought that one scripture out, but I know due to time, you know what I'm saying? You just showing you like all beasts. Matter of fact, let's get that.
Yeah, bring it out. We got time.
Yeah, we got time. Yeah, bring that out. Go to Sirach. I think it's 17, 15, 16? Yeah,
16.
Yeah,
16.
Somewhere around there. Bring that out for me there real quick. Yeah, 13 and I think 15. So let you know, all beasts are sort to his like. You know what I'm saying? Like we always hear the saying, birds of a feather flock together, right? Yeah, they may have somewhat of peace because they all into the same thing, but everybody can't come together because they're not in the same mindset. Read.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 13 and verse 15. Every beast loveth his like.
Hear that? Every beast loveth his like. That's where their peace gonna be at. You got weed smokers, they gonna smoke weed together. You got your crackheads, they gonna have crack together. You got your junkies, I mean, you know, you got your drunkards in them in front of the liquor store. That's where they gonna hang out at. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't gonna have nobody sober amongst them. You know what I'm saying? It's gotta be the same stuff. Read on.
Every beast loveth his like, and every man loveth his neighbor. All flesh consorteth according to kind.
Hear that? All flesh assorted according to kind. So now it's going to give you some attributes, true attributes that we read about. Go ahead.
And a man will cleave to his like. Verse 17. What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb?
Hear that? We know wolves, they fellowship in packs, right? You got the wolf pack, right? Then you got a lamb, they're a herd, right? They're herd amongst each other, right? They hang out with lambs, you know what I'm saying? Sheeps and stuff. You know, that's basically what it's talking about. They gonna hang together and and all that stuff, right? You got the wolves, they gonna howl. But what is the wolf gonna do to a lamb? He gonna eat him up. He gonna destroy him, right? So same thing, what is a crackhead gonna do with somebody that's sober? He gonna turn him to a crackhead. Read on.
What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly.
Hear that? The sinner with the godly. That sinner, he's gonna cause that godly person, you know what I'm saying, to change to his like. Why? Because you gotta think about it. You hang out with a bunch of weed smokers and you sober. Eventually, you're gonna start smoking weed because you're gonna get contact high. You're gonna try it
at least once.
Let me try it. Think about it. A lot of us that smoked weed in the past. We were sober at one time, and guess what? Let me get a hit of that. Let me try that. You partake.
Hey, that's heavy though, also, because you're talking about influence, right? You're talking about influence. You may say, yeah, I can hang around them and they ain't gonna never want to do it. But you know what's gonna happen? You're gonna go through something. You're gonna get weak. And guess who's gonna be right there? Hey man, you know, I was going through that, man. Just puff this 2 times. You seen Craig and Smokey? Craig and Smokey, prime example on the Friday. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get high on Friday.
That's how it's gonna happen.
Yeah. So read that. Then finish reading.
Verse 16. All flesh consorteth according to kind, and a man will cleave to his like. What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly.
Read.
What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog?
A hyena and a dog, right? Yeah, you might see a hyena. He may be shaped and kind of look like a dog, but he's not the same. They're 2 different things. A hyena eat a dog, tear a dog up, eat his bones and all. Go ahead.
And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Hear that? And I was letting you know you got the rich and the poor, right? We see that today. You got the rich neighborhood and you got your poor neighborhood, right?
That's right.
Hey, You can't. They don't come together.
No, sir.
You know what I'm saying? Think about it. We in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I know y'all see in other states, but I'm gonna touch on Raleigh because everybody else is gonna be able to relate. I'm gonna touch on actually the whole state of North Carolina right now. What do you see? A lot of gentrification taking place, right? So you gotta think about, you got this nice space age house in the project, in the hood. I ain't gonna say project, but in the hood. Next thing you know, you start seeing all those hood houses get bulldozed over and another house come out, almost like the Jetsons and stuff. The next thing you know, all them old houses, all them people that was poor is moved out of the way. Right? Now that area become rich. You ain't gonna see no poor people over there. Why? Because they bring down the value of their home. It just showing you. Read that again.
Verse 18. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor?
Peace, because that's what we touching on. What peace between the rich and the poor? Donald Trump ain't got no damn peace with us. Read.
As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness.
Just like in the wilderness, the lion, you know what I'm saying? A lion will eat a donkey. A lion will eat a zebra. You know what I'm saying? Tear him up. Any more on that?
So the rich eat up the poor.
So the rich eat up the poor. So I just wanted to show y'all that. That's the conclusion. Go ahead.
So like you said, Officer, there ain't gonna be no peace.
No peace.
This is why Christ is telling us this. Give me Revelation 18:4. Because we got to understand in these last days, we got to separate ourselves from all of this wickedness. We got to come back to the Most High. Read that.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
My people. It's saying division. Come out of my people, the children of Israel. Watch this.
That ye be partakers.
Read it again.
That ye be not partakers.
That ye be not partakers of what?
Of their sins.
Of her sins. That's what the whole point is. Not going to be no peace. Because we got to separate ourselves from this world or from these sins. Read on.
And that you receive not of her plagues.
What are them plagues? Give me that, one more, officer. Give me Zechariah. Chapter, is it 14? Zechariah 14, about the plague.
I think 14, what is it?
Let me see.
Flipping through.
Zechariah 14 and verse...
3 parts to be cut off there. Are you talking about that one?
No, this is the plague.
12.
12.
Yes, 12.
Zechariah chapter 14 and verse 12.
Watch this. It said that you be not partakers of the sin, and that you receive none of these plagues. What's the plague? Read this.
And this shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
So there ain't gonna be no peace. Christ is telling you he get ready to smite all the people that put their filthy hand on the children of Israel.
Right.
Read it again.
And this shall be the plague, wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
What can do that to a people? The nuclear bomb is telling you Christ is going to nuke this place. Read on.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongues shall consume away in their mouth.
So that's the peace we looking for. For the Christ to come save us out of this captivity.
Right.
All right, officer.
Nah, that's good there right there that you brought that out. It's heavy because guess what? I watched was it Terminator 2 Judgment Day this week? And then remember she was shaking on that fence. And that you see what that nuclear bomb did? It took her flesh off. Before the gravity could pull her bones down, hey, the flesh consumed away. Okay, that's what it's talking about. Thermonuclear destruction. It's gonna happen. Yeah, remember, things ain't created for no reason. They will be used. Okay, they're gonna be used. The Bible talks about it. It prophesies about it. Okay, so go to Daniel chapter 2 and verse 36. I know I touched on this last time too. You know about this piece right here. So Daniel, he's giving the sense to Nebuchadnezzar's dream. Okay, he's gonna break. Started from 35.
Yes, sir. The book of Daniel, chapter 2 and verse 35. Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors. And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain, and filled the whole earth.
Right, so that's going into, that stone was Christ, okay, that broke that image in pieces, right? But we're gonna break down what that vision was that he saw. Go ahead, read 36.
Verse 36. This is the dream, and we will tell the interpretation thereof before the king. Thou, O king, art a king of kings, for the God of heaven hath given thee a kingdom, power and strength and glory. And wheresoever the children of man dwell, the beasts of the field and the fowls of heaven hath he given into thine hand, and hath made thee ruler over them. Thou art his head of gold.
So that terrible image that he saw, you know what I'm saying, the head of it was gold, right? So it's going into this. He said, King Nebuchadnezzar, you are that kingdom, this is Babylon, okay? This is Babylon. This is today, modern day Iraq, okay? It's called Babylon, Iraq. When you read about, you hear about the Chaldeans, the Arabics, they say Chaldean. People in Iraq, you ask their nationality, I'm Chaldean. The H is silent in Arabic, okay? So they are the Chaldeans, okay? They know who their biblical name is, okay? Read on.
Verse 39, and after thee shall arise another kingdom.
So now another kingdom is going to take place, right? Because this is what we're reading here. This is
right.
We're reading about world history that took place. All these kingdoms that ruled. Read on.
And after thee shall arise another kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass.
Right. So he said another kingdom is going to rise up. This in the kingdom of brass. Right. So this kingdom that he's talking about the kingdom of Persia and Media, okay? Persian and Media. This is we read about Artaxerxes, King Cyrus, King Darius. This is the Persian and Media captivity, okay? That the Israelites went into. So it's going into the people today of India, okay? They're the Persian or Iran. You know, mainly Iran, but India, Afghanistan, all them. You know, think about when you see down there in Kuwait. What do you see? What is it called? The Persian Gulf, okay? So when you ask somebody from Iran, what is your nationality? They're going to tell you, I'm Persian. Right. Okay, they know their biblical nationality. All right, read on.
A kingdom inferior to thee, and another third kingdom of brass, which shall bear rule over all the earth.
Go ahead.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron.
Right, this fourth kingdom going to be strong as iron, right? So that the other kingdom that's talking about is talking about Greece, right? That third kingdom is Greece, okay? That's what we read about in what we read in First Maccabees, talking about Alexander the Greek, okay? That he read about him as 4 generals. We named them early on. Right. Hey, all of them, they took rule. They had their time to rule. Then came Rome, okay? Read on.
And the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things. And as iron that breaketh all these, shall it break in pieces and bruise.
Right, so now he's talking about Rome, right? Rome that's what you read about the Romans, the Italians today, right? So, you know, pretty much all the European nations, they were all under the Roman Empire, okay? Right. So that's going into, what's his name? Julius Caesar, okay? Or Augustus. Julius Augustus, what is it? What is it? Octavius, all those came. Pontius Pilate, all them ruled, and this is during the captivity that Christ was in. Okay, when you read about it in the book of Matthew, as you read that whole time, that the New Testament is going into the Roman captivity. Okay, go ahead, read on.
The book of Daniel, chapter 2, and verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron.
So now it's letting you know this kingdom here got multiple attributes. It's got some clay and it's got part iron, right? It's got a little bit of Rome in it. Okay, read.
The kingdom shall be divided, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron. For as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay.
So right, you're gonna have that thing mixed, right? This is terrible. How you got iron and clay all mixed up, right? Go ahead.
And as the toes of the feet were part of iron, the part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong.
They're gonna be partly strong, and what else?
And partly broken.
And partly broken. Why?
Right.
Read.
And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men.
That's what it's talking about. This is Babylon the Great today. This is America, okay?
Right.
This is a great melting pot of all the different nations all together right now, okay? Read.
But they shall not cleave one to another.
They shall not what?
They shall not cleave one to another.
Meaning there's not going to be no peace. There's always going to be strife taking place.
Right.
A lot of different things. Terrorist acts. All this stuff taking place. They said they shall not cleave on together. Read.
Even as iron is not mixed with clay. Verse 44. And in the days of these kings.
Hold up. I want you to go to Habakkuk 2 and 6 real quick. Right there. Go to Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. So we're going to touch on this right here. You know, actually start at verse 4. Habakkuk 2 and 4. So we got to get this, what this is talking about. Our forefather Habakkuk, he prophesied this. You got it for me? Verse 4. I know it's hard, but
I got it.
No,
You got it?
Yep.
2 and
4.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. But the just shall live by his faith.
Right, so to let you know that the person that's ruling now, his spirit is not right in him. Talking about Esau, his spirit is not right. He's the wicked one, okay?
Right.
He's the evil one that's put here on the earth. He's in charge right now. Go ahead, read.
Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man.
So he's proud. He go to different countries and be talking smack. Look at Donald Trump, for example. Look at his attributes, how he rolled. Read.
Neither keepeth at home.
Right, because he got military bases in all these different countries, right? He done caused war, division, all these different things. He's not at home, right? Go ahead.
Who enlargeth his desire as hell.
I mean, you know, captivity. You know, wherever he goes, he colonizes, he do all these different things, and he forces his politics, his tariffs, his what do you call it? Embargo sanctions and things of that nature. Go ahead.
And is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations.
Right, gather him all day. I mean, he's greedy as hell. That's all I'm saying. He take all your all your stuff, man, and your where you at, all your what do you call your substances and things.
And take you too.
Take you too. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. And force his religion on you. Go ahead.
And heapeth unto him all people.
Read.
Shall not all these take up a parable against him?
So now all these other nations, ain't they gonna take up a parable against him, meaning there's not gonna be peace. They're upset. Why? Because he done caused war. He done killed their families, their children, wives, husbands. Hey, these people don't forget that, these other nations. So they holding a grudge on him. I want payback. I want revenge. I want revenge. Go ahead.
And a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
That's that miry clay that is talking about. That's the precept for that, okay?
Yes, sir.
So that clay, he stuck himself with that thick clay. Or miry clay is like clay that's soft. It hadn't hardened yet, okay? Go ahead. Read. Verse 7.
Sir. Verse 7. Shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee?
Right, because they're going to rise up and bite thee. Meaning, you know, that's why you have all these little hiccups, these bombs, all these things taking place. These people are mad and angry. So, like, you got all these suicide bombers, or they got bombs, you know, when people gather themselves, so you got all these terrorist things, these terrorist acts. Go ahead.
And awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
They're going to be for booties unto them, like booby traps and stuff, right? They're going to set things up on it. Read on.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations.
Because you done spoiled many nations. You take, rob, steal, spoil, you know, and you leave them impoverished. Now you bring them into your country. Now Trump be trying to get rid of all these people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, matter of fact, can you get rid of Issachar? Issachar is Israelites, the so-called Mexicans.
Right.
They were here first.
Right.
And he took the land from them. Now you talking about sending them back. But go ahead. Verse 8.
Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee.
Right. Now they're going to spoil thee. They want payback. Okay. Why?
Because of men's blood. And for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein.
Right, all that dwell therein. You know, so all they want, they pay back. I want to get them back for what they did. They don't kill my mama. They killed my uncle, my brother, my dad, my sister, my daughters, my sons. Hey, these people want revenge for that, man. You know, they like, man, we got to get him back for that, okay? And with that, we're going to just show you we don't condone no violence. You know what I'm saying? We are about peace. You know, with that, give me Romans 12 and 18 real quick.
That's right.
So I just want them to know that we about peace. We ain't here about no violence and stuff like that. But we know what the Bible says. It says there ain't gonna be no peace. You know, those people, they want their revenge, and things are gonna take place in this country right here. Okay, it's gonna be a war. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 12 and verse 18. If it be possible, as much as lieth in you, live peaceably with all men.
Tell us, live peaceably with all men. That's what we say. Live peaceably with all men. We ain't here to consult violence. Go to Romans 13 and 1. We're going to read 1 through 4.
The book of Romans chapter 13 and verse 1. that every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
He said to be subject, meaning be in peace. Don't come up here and try to fight and bear arms and all that stuff against this country right here. This is America. They got the biggest army in the world, the strongest army, okay? So we not here to fight them with bear arms and stuff. You're going to lose. Go ahead.
For there is no power but of God.
Because the Most High put them in power. Oh, he set them up, okay? They said, they right now, they back. This is prophecy got to take place. So you ain't going to overthrow this government, okay? Go ahead.
For there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God.
They're ordained by God, okay? I mean, every kingdom got its rules. So right now we still in that what you call it, that miry clay, the divided toe, the 10 toes, the 10 common markets. We still here in that situation of what Daniel was prophesying, what he saw in the vision.
Right.
He saw us today. Okay, so right now you can't do nothing about it. You gotta wait, keep these commandments and live, right? Go ahead.
Verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of God.
Hear that? You breaking the commandments, man, because you try to do your own thing. You trying to break the commandments, and now that's why you get shot down, gunned down in the street, because we sinners. We messing up. Go ahead.
And they that resist shall receive them to themselves damnation.
Your damnation. Damn. Go ahead.
For rulers are not a terror of good works.
They're not a terror. You keeping God's commandments, doing what you're supposed to do. They're not a terror on you. The Most High make them your footstool. Okay, Go ahead.
But to the evil, wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
You hear that? With the evil, thou should not be afraid of the power. What verse is that?
Verse 3.
That verse 3. Read verse 4. Go ahead.
Bottom of verse 3. Do that which is good, and that thou shalt have praise of the same.
Hear that? You do good, you're going to have praise of the same. They have no reason to go against you.
Right.
Okay? You know what I'm saying? They'll be for you. They'll help you out. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
For he is the minister of God to thee for good.
He's the minister of God for thee for good. Only if you're doing good. But go ahead.
But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid.
He said, be afraid because you doing that was evil. He going to use them to punish you. Go ahead.
For he bears not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil.
So if you're doing evil, the Most High going to use him to punish you. Okay? He going to use him as a sword to destroy you or to jack you up. Okay? So that's why you got to do what's right. Okay? And live peaceably among all men. Okay? With that, you got the disclaimer on you, or do I need to read it? So we're going to read our disclaimer real quick, just to show you we don't condone no violence and stuff like that. We'll tell you this is what you're supposed to do. Okay? Let me know when one of y'all got it. You got it?
I got it.
If you don't got it, I got it.
You got it with you?
I got it right here.
I can probably run it off memory.
Yeah, all right. So this is the disclaimer right here. This is what we read out when we go out to war, to camp, or wherever we at. So we read this thing to show you we're not about no violence. All right, this is the IUIC disclaimer.
Okay, yes, sir.
You got it? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. It says, we are not a hate group. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Israel United in Christ is a non-violent, Bible-based movement. We do not advocate or condone any acts of violence against any race.
Against any who?
Against any race, ethnicity, or gender.
Right. We don't do that. We ain't not here to fight people. We here just to read God's words. That's it. We just want you to repent. Go ahead.
We advise that if anyone hears or knows of any plots to cause harm to anyone or to break the laws of the land, you must contact the proper authorities to bring awareness to any possible threat, as stated in Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1 of the King James Version Bible.
Hear that? That's what we doing. We telling you, hey, you see evil, anything that's wrong, hey, report that thing to the authorities. Okay? Hey, Leviticus 5 and 1. You know what I'm saying? And that, they try to say, we hear this in the world, you a snitch and this and that. No. Hey, you tell on them. They doing wrong. You gotta get that. You gotta get them up off the street because they causing harm and havoc and all that stuff. You don't need them in your neighborhood, or that's why the neighborhoods are all bad and stuff. Right. Everything going crazy because ain't nobody telling on nobody. You know what I'm saying? And until something happen to them, now what you gonna do when they kill your kid or kill your mama or your dad? You can't get revenge. You better tell that thing to get them off the street. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that go into. A lot of families. A lot of our people in the hood, they got that mentality. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying nothing. But guess what? That means you in the same Mr. Sin as them. Right. You in agreement with them. That's what Leviticus 5:1 go into. So now, you got something? Yeah,
go ahead.
So now we're going to go to the next topic here. You give me number 3, sir? Number 3. So we got article number 3. It said this is about Dwight Howard, the basketball star, right? He talks about a mandatory 1-year enlistment in the military, right? So he want people. He thinking everybody should join the military for 1 year and all that. So let's read what that thing there says there. Who gonna read that?
Let me take a picture of it, yes, sir.
Okay.
My eyes good, but them some small words right there.
I don't know if you can you blow it? Oh, he can't blow it up.
Yeah,
You got it. Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir.
I should have sent you the link myself, but go ahead.
It says former NBA star Dwight Howard on Sunday called on President Donald Trump to make military service mandatory for United States citizens.
Right. So he put out. He said, "Hey, you know what? We need to make this mandatory. We already signed the draft. You know what I'm saying? For one thing, you know, I know some of us is ex-military and stuff like that. You know, and look, we signed the draft. You know what I'm saying? Some of us already done served in the military, but
right.
You got him. He a millionaire. You know, he make excess money. He played basketball or whatever.
He never did the military.
He never
NBA
did at any time in the military. But he's talking about, hey, I think you should do that. But why you ain't do it?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I bet you don't allow his children to go in there.
Yeah, he ain't allow his children to go into the military. No. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to finish reading out on some more stuff here. Scroll up.
Howard, you want to read that next part? Okay. Howard detailed his idea in a tweet posted Sunday night. The 8-time NBA All-Star recently inducted into the Naismith, my bad, Basketball Hall of Fame. Tell I don't watch sports.
Yeah.
Argued that mandatory service would instill a sense of discipline and structure.
Right, discipline and structure, right? So, hey, you get discipline and structure by the Bible, okay? Right. If you apply it, if you don't apply it, you ain't gonna get no discipline and structure, right? So we're gonna see what he said here, right here. Read that right there.
It says, random. I honestly feel like the president should make 1 year of service mandatory for everyone born in America.
Right. He says so. Everyone born in America, you know, they need to, you know what I'm saying, join the military, right? You know, get forced to do at least 1 year in the military. Go ahead.
A lot of other countries do it.
We know a lot of other countries do it, but go ahead.
And I think it would help with discipline and structure. I'm curious what y'all think. Would this help America or not?
Right. So we'll read some of these things what other people said. Scroll down a little bit. We're gonna read what else was said on here. We can scroll down. Right there. Let me see. Let's just read that part where it says Howard was ruthless, mocked.
Yes, sir. Give me just a moment. It says.
When you get to read that, yeah.
It says Howard was ruthless, mocked in the replies.
So he was mocked in the replies. People had stuff to say against him. So now he done made all this money and all that stuff. People came to watch him, and that's something to show y'all too. Y'all watching all these sports, and it show you what they think about you. You know what I'm saying? A lot of some of these sports players, the entertainer, these what do you call it? What we call it back during the time of Rome. The
jesters?
No.
Oh, court jesters.
No. Gladiator.
Gladiator.
That's what it is, a gladiator. Okay. So now we're gonna read what these gladiators, what people saying.
Sad B replies, millionaire who has never served and has now aged out of service. Mandatory for.
Read it from the top.
It says millionaire who has never served and now has aged out of the possibility of serving thinks you should have to be in the military now.
Right. Now he's trying to tell you, he's like, yeah, see, hey, at least this guy got some sense, right? He said, man, how you gonna tell somebody to go in the military? You ain't did no time in the military. You know what I'm saying? I can understand you did time in the military and you brought out your opinion, but if you ain't ever did it, man, be quiet. Right. You don't know what you're talking about. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down to the next one, what somebody else said. You get them scroll. Yeah. So we're going to see what all right, right there.
Don't read that.
Yeah, we're going to read that. He said don't. He said don't read that.
Yeah. I can definitely read it without saying that.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, read it, but we're not going to say the other
Domo comments, dumbest mess you've said in a long time, not going to lie. But you can serve a year if you want, LOL.
Right. Now, so now, somebody saying, people like, man, why he saying this stuff? This is the dumbest comment ever, right? Let's read that right there.
Kobe Wright commented, "Go do a year and then let us know, big dog."
Yeah, you gonna do a year and you let us know how it is, right? Let's see what this person here said.
It said, "Lead by example or shut up."
Right.
Welp said, "You do it first and then tell us how it is."
Right.
The Tall Traveler, "How was your year of service, Dwight? Or did you do a full enlistment? Or, oh, you didn't do either. Then shut up."
Then shut up, right? So, you know, I just want to touch on a few of those things. They're just showing you, you know, what his mindset is at. You know, I know you got something. Go ahead.
You remember that newscaster on Fox News said, "Shut up and dribble the ball."
Yeah.
Right.
Shut up and dribble.
Shut up and dribble, man.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut when it comes to stuff like that. You don't know what's going on, so just do what you're supposed to do. Dribble the ball up and down the court.
Entertainment.
You see it. You see it a lot though. You see it with him. You see it with Nikki. You see it with all of those those gladiators or those entertainers that have aged out of whatever their genre and niche was. Now all of a sudden they want to get up and start talking crazy on to keep themselves relevant. That's what it is. They don't want to lose that fan base. They got to keep themselves relevant somehow.
You hear they saying Nicki Minaj is yesterday's news now, so that's why she going into she got to go into something else now to keep herself relevant.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Look, what were they saying this? Hey, what was I saying on Gladiator? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Ain't that why you here? Give me the ball.
We made your money. Just go somewhere, sit down, and shut up.
Give me the ball. Be a coach. You know, go. Why don't you go coach another team or something, man? Hey, matter of fact, the key thing: be quiet, man. Repent. Keep these commandments, man. Come back to who you are, man.
We are the only people that try to. Our sports players, comedy, and all these entertainers try to be our leaders, and that ain't it, man. You're not no leader of us. You shouldn't be speaking on our behalf. Period.
Right. And you know he talking about us. He talking about his own people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what he talking about. Nah, he talking about us. Hey, give me and the thing is, man, you know, I advise. I did time in the military. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I did my time, got out. I advise y'all, man. Hey, don't join the military. Go to school. Go to college. You know what I'm saying? Or you can take up a what do you call it? A trade school or something. Man. There's different things you can do. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to join the military because you get in there, hey, it's gonna have you all jacked up. You're gonna get hurt and stuff. All right. Then you know. Then the thing is this: you get in there. You know, cause a lot of people join the military because they like the benefits and things that come with it. You know, they want to go to college. They want to get that. You know, that what do you call it? GI Bill. I want a GI Bill and all that. But really, you know, you go in there, your mindset is on wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Because your mindset not right. So you thinking of, I'm gonna get a car. Now you get yourself in debt. And now you want to travel the world, but you want to sleep with all these different type of women. You know, that's people's mindset. You know what I'm saying? In the world, right? So, but when you come, like you go to war or something, you don't even have to go to war. You get jacked up and hurt. Guess what? Now you got to fight the VA. Yep. Now you got to fight another war to prove that you hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you really dealing with bad elements. You know what I'm saying? That's jacking you up. But you know that's a whole nother story. But we don't condone you to join the military. Give me 2 Corinthians 6 and 17. We're gonna read through 18 real quick. All right, we'll show you what thus said the Lord there. Read what you got.
The book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 17.
Uh-huh.
Wherefore come out from among them.
Hear that? Come out from among them. Don't partake in Babylon the Great. Go ahead.
And be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you.
Right, because when you join the military, guess what? You gotta swear. You gotta swear with your right hand. You gotta salute. You gotta cut your beard. The Bible says for us not to cut our beard. You can trim it down, make it nice and neat, but you ain't supposed to mar your beard. You know what I'm saying? You gotta wear a uniform. You can't wear no fringes. Right. All this stuff, you know, there's different things you have to do. You got to work on the Sabbath, break the Sabbath day. Women in pants, all type of stuff. So, you know, it's different if you're already in the military and you come get the truth. You know, that's a different story. But why? And we have people who in the truth and join the damn militry. What the hell wrong with you?
What's wrong? Because they disappeared off the face.
They don't believe. Yeah, they don't believe. Yeah, there's a lot of people. You know, I'm like, man, there's a million things you could do, but that. You know what I'm saying? Go to James 4 and 4 real quick. So James, you know, our forefather James, he got something to say here about that in verse 4 and 4. Go ahead. when you get it. You got it?
It's left together.
It's
James
left
chapter
together.
4 and verse 4.
Uh-huh.
Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Right, because look, because that's what's going to happen. You're going to become an adulteress and adulteresses when you join that military. You traveling the world, your mindset not right. So now, let you know, friendship of the world is enmity, meaning you're an enemy of God, okay? God is against it. He don't want you joining that. He going to fight America. America going to try to fight against Christ when Christ comes.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So
right.
give me let me do this. Give me Psalms. Actually, we're not going. Yeah, let me show you the enemy. Give me Psalms 81 and 1 real quick. Psalms chapter 81 verse 1. So we're gonna show you something here real quick. Actually, you can start at verse 3 to get to the point.
This is the book of Psalms.
This is going to the enemies of God right here. Go ahead.
83.
Chapter 81 and 83.
Yeah, 83 and 1.
Yes,
I got it. Go ahead.
83 and verse 1. Keep not thy silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God.
Right, because this is our forefather, Asaph. He's seeing the vision that's taking place with God's people. Okay, what's going to read on?
For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
He said, God, your enemies make an angry tumult. A tumult is an angry gathering. Okay, they're having a gathering right now. They're angry tumult. Go ahead.
And they that hated thee have lifted up their head.
He said, they that hated thee have become prideful. They lifted up their head. Why? Because they're in rulership right now, okay? And your people at the bottom. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Because you remember, this is the League of Nations right here. This is the UN. This is where they have these meetings. Why there's nobody that represent us? Why we don't have a country? There ain't nobody there to represent the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? You falling under what your slave master, you know what I'm saying? They're going to try to represent you, but they're going to talk bad about you. But also this going to, us scattered to all four corners of the earth. You know what I'm saying? Don't join none of their militaries, you know. Right. We know some countries you may fall in under that thing what he's saying, like the other, like you in Korea, we got people that's in North Korea, they got to serve a year. That's just the laws of the land you got to do. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't have to do that, don't do that, because those same armies, those nations put you in slavery. Okay, right. Read on.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones.
Who's the hidden ones? Who don't know the Israel? That's you. Blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, and the diaspora throughout all four corners of the earth. Go ahead.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
Sure, that's why we don't know we the nation of Israel no more. They said cut them off. Now we don't remember that. Read.
That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
That's the proof right there. Read.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
All of them, no matter how much they fight each other, they all in one consent to keep you down and for you not to know who you are. Okay, read. And that matter of fact, wherever you scattered at, you the poorest. You going through it. Right. You know what I'm saying? You in the hoods and the ghetto slums and the projects. Right. Wherever they got you at. Okay, go ahead.
They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
So the top one, he said the tabernacles of Edom. That's Esau. That's your so-called friendly neighborhood white man. Go ahead.
And the Ishmaelites.
The Ishmaelites, that's your Arabs today, okay? All of them is against you. Because think about it. Arabs don't eat pork. They know you're not supposed to eat pork, but they will sell pork to you immediately. You know what I'm saying? To get $1 off you. You know what I'm saying? But they have us in slavery. You go to Iraq, Iran. You got Afro-Iranians, Afro-Iraqis and all them. In Saudi Arabia, all the different countries, you know what I'm saying? Where you got Ishmael at, we there in their captivity during the sub-Saharan slave trade. Go ahead.
Of Moab.
Moab, the Chinese. We built the Great Wall of China.
That's right.
You got these Chinese restaurants and all that stuff. They sell you cat, dog, you know what I'm saying? And food poison you. You know what I'm saying? Give you high in sodium. You know what I'm saying? Egg foo young. Go ahead.
Right. And the Hagarenes.
And the who?
Hagarenes.
Hagarenes. These are African nations. This is like the Egyptians right here, okay? You know what I'm saying? These are the ancient Egyptians. They're Nilotic tribes, okay? These are the real Hamitic tribes of Africa, okay? Because we have a lot of people there in Africa too that are us. The Bantus and all them. Those are Israelites, okay? Go ahead.
Gebal and Ammon.
Gebal and Ammon. Gebal is some more African nations. Right. Ammon is the Japanese people today, okay? That's in Japan, okay? And the Koreans, okay? They all fall under Ammon. Even they argue amongst each other. The same people. Go ahead.
And Amalek.
Amalek, that's your Jewish people today. They want that claim that stole your identity. Identity theft. Okay, that's the biggest one. That's the blasphemy. Go ahead.
The Philistines.
The Philistines, which is the Palestine right now. That's why they can't get along, and they done divided and parted our land. Go ahead.
With the inhabitants of Tyre.
The inhabitants of Tyre and Zidon, those are little countries that's in Palestine right now. Go ahead.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur is today is your Kurds, your Turkish people. That's the northern part of Iraq. Okay. Ashur was your ancient Assyrians. Okay. That was Nineveh, which is Mosul, Iraq today. Go ahead.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
That's more Moab. Moab is the Chinese. Ammon, you know what I'm saying? That's the Japanese. You got other variations of those Asian countries. You know what I'm saying? They fall in under that. All of them is in Confederate and going against us, and we not to join their militaries, okay?
Right. Can I
go ahead.
One?
Yeah.
Hey, give me Isaiah 30 real quick, sir.
This was the scripture that first popped up when I read that just then when we was talking about Dwight Howard talking about joining military services. We just read that all of these nations are confederate against us and against our God. They can't touch God, so the next thing they're gonna do, just like in the streets, you're gonna find his family, you're gonna find his people, and you're gonna do them harm. That's exactly how these nations view us, you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read that real quick.
You want verse 7?
Nah, start at verse 1.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children.
Destruction to you unrepentant and rebellious children. Read.
Saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me.
So you seeking counsel, you seeking answers. That's not a bad thing. You trying to find solutions to your problems, but you're not going to God about it. You're not going to see what he tells you to do out of his word. You're not listening to his prophets. Read.
And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit.
So you trying to cover with a covering of the other nations. You trying to trust in the might and the power of these other nations' militaries and their riches and stuff like that. And that's not of God's spirit. Read.
That they may add sin to sin.
Like the officer was bringing out. Most of y'all get in these militaries because you just want to go commit sin. You want the financial ability and the freedom and the travel time to go and commit whoredoms all over the earth. Read.
They walk to go down into Egypt.
You volunteer to go down to the recruiting station. You go to your what's that? Career day in school. You walk right over to the table. Read.
And have not asked at my mouth.
You ain't sought no counsel from anybody godly. Me, the officer, and myself both did military service. We telling you right now, don't do it. Do not do that. You blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, those of you out in the diaspora, all of these places, if it's not mandatorily required for you to do so, stay away from these militaries. You understand they're going to fight against Christ? Imagine if he come back next year and you in the midst of your service and they deploy you to what's the place? The Valley of Decision. What is it? Yeah, Armageddon. They you know what I'm saying? They send you over there and you in the midst of fighting and then Christ crack the sky. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What are you thinking? You might be joined hand in hand at that moment, and the wicked ain't gonna be unpunished. You know what I'm saying? That's heavy. You know all of that is in the Bible. Right.
Our people ain't read it yet, because when you read 2 Ezra 13 and 29, it explained to you the nations will eventually have to fight Christ.
That's
Armageddon, all us right there in 2 Ezra 13, it explained to you they're going to have to lead the battle and come fight. They're going to gather together and they're going to fight against Christ.
Right.
Basically what Job said, they're going to be fighting each other at war.
Yeah.
Guess what? He gonna muster them there. They're going to be fighting. They're going to stop fighting. Hey, we got to fight that.
Yeah. Can we read it?
That big black.
Too long? Go ahead.
Yeah, let me finish this off. Finish that real quick.
Verse.
You was in verse 2.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
That walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
Yeah, you see all the greatness of the financial gain that comes with joining the military and all that stuff, all your ability to travel, and you trust in that. Read.
And to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
That's what America is. They're the shadow of Egypt. That's why in Revelations it calls it spiritual Sodom and spiritual Egypt. You're a slave here.
When you join that military, that's all you're gonna be. You're gonna be a slave.
Yeah, with that monkey suit.
Right.
It says U.S. Army on it with the flag.
Right.
So watch this right here. So now we're gonna jump to the next topic. If we had a little more time, I did want you to bring that up. You got something short to bring out?
No, keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah, because now you made a good point there. That's, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's going to take place in that battle? Christ, he going to destroy all of them that's there. He's going to burn them up with his mouth. But
hot fire.
We're going to go to the next topic here. You can pull that up there about the snaps right there, number 4. I see you got it lined up there for me. Yeah, so now, like, you know, we touched on the snaps the last time I had to host the Oak 93, you know, what took place during the government shutdown, right? So now we're going to read a little bit about what is the new and improved snaps, okay? But you can read that title there first.
SNAP benefit map shows states with junk food bans in 2026.
Right, so now they said they banning the junk food. Before you was able to buy a bunch of stuff, you know what I'm saying, with the snaps, with food stamps. Now Trump said, nah, you can't get this, you can't get that. That's not healthy food. But so they controlling what you eat, you know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, we don't need to eat unhealthy food, but, you know, sometimes, you know, you may want snacks and stuff for your children, you know, the things, but they trying to put an end to that, you know. Go ahead.
A growing number of states are set to change what millions of Americans can buy with food assistance benefits. As new rules aimed at limiting unhealthy purchases roll out in 2026.
Now, we're in 2026 now, right? Even though it's not the physical new year according to God, but now we're in Esau's time and his rulership. Now we're in the year 2026, right? Go ahead, read on.
Several states will begin restricting the types of food and drinks that can be purchased with Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program SNAP benefits next year, following a coordinated federal and state push to refocus the program on nutrition.
Right, so now they're changing the way how you're going to use and spend that, okay? They don't want you buying certain things. You can buy what they say what to buy, right? So now you know, our people depend on this. A lot of us are single mothers, you know what I'm saying? A lot of our brothers and sisters that, you know, who's struggling financially, you know what I'm saying? They're on this program, you know. It's supposed to help them out, you know, but eventually, you know, you'll come out of this. You know what I'm saying? We can't make this and depend on this. We can't be dependent on this right here, okay? So to let you know, hey, you gonna have to grow you some crops in a pot, you know what I'm saying? We gotta eat healthy, get some fruit, some vegetables and stuff like that. You know, I know you can't buy a bunch of it because they go bad, but you know, hey, we gotta think smart on that. But read on.
The changes approved through federal waivers reflect a wider Trump administration effort to curb diet-related diseases while reshaping how one of the country's largest safety net programs operates.
Right, so they're using that because a lot of our people are obese. You know, a lot of our people eat the wrong things. Our people got diabetes. You know, what do you call it? Got diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, all that stuff. You know, gout and all that. Finish reading.
SNAP, often referred to as food stamps, provides monthly grocery assistance to more than 40 million low and no income Americans. While the program is governed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, USDA, rules, states can request waivers that allow them to modify certain aspects of how SNAP is administered. In recent months, a spate of such waivers has been approved, clearing the way for new restrictions on what beneficiaries can purchase.
Right, so they let you know what they can purchase. And, you know, and also what's going into to let you know what, you know, they're showing you the states that are affected by this right now, you know what I'm saying? But eventually, like I said, it's going to other states, you know what I'm saying? It's going to trickle in effect during this 2026, okay? It's going to hit the other states. They're going to all fall in under this program, right? This new SNAP thing. So just take heed, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Y'all voted for him. Hey, guess what? He gonna have you jacked up. Now you can't buy what you want to buy. You know. So with that, go to give me Jeremiah 17:5 because this is what happened right here. A lot of our people, you know, they trust in man. Let me know when you get that.
Yes, sir. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17 and verse 5. Thus saith the Lord, cursed be the man that trusteth in man.
Hear that? Cursed be the man that trusteth in man. Because that's what our people, they trust in this system right here, okay? They trust in America. They trust in Trump. Go ahead.
And make his flesh his arm.
Right. They make his flesh his arm. Go ahead.
And whose heart departed from the Lord.
Because their mind is way from the Most High God. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about this Bible. Matter of fact, how you don't care about the Bible in your house, but it got dust on it. They won't open it up and read it. Soon they open the Bible up, they start coughing for all the dust that's in it. Like in the Never-Ending Story, the book was full of dust. That's all that's collected is dust, okay? But is there more in there?
Verse 6, for he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh.
See, he gonna be like the heath in the desert who don't see when good coming. What's good is these Bibles, okay?
Yeah, that's right.
You can't tell when we read these scriptures out in the street trying to wake you up. We got videos, come on all different times of the day and night, and you can't even see that good no more. Go ahead.
But shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness.
You're gonna inhabit the parched places in the wilderness. Meaning you're gonna be poor, you're gonna be broke, you know what I'm saying? Some of y'all gonna end up living on the street, you know what I'm saying? Why? Because they got, our people depend on these things to make it in life, okay? Is there more? I'm not looking at the scripture yet.
In a salt land and not inhabited.
Right, in a salt land, not inhabited. It's like what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah, got destroyed. It's an uninhabited land. Right. It's like a desert, okay? So that'd be the same thing. You're going to be poor and left out there. So give me Psalms 146 and verse 3. Psalms chapter 140. You want to read verse 3 through 5, okay? When you get it. I know it's one of them chapters we don't really go to. That page might be crisp.
It'll be crisp in there.
Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 146.
Verse 3.
And verse 3.
Uh-huh.
Put not your trust in princes.
Hear that? It said, put not your trust in princes, right? People that set up in high places, you know what I'm saying? Like right now, our people, they looking at Trump, right? So Trump, he set up like the king, like a king of America, a prime minister, or president, or you can say a prince too, right? Go ahead.
Put not your trust in princes, nor in the Son of Man, in whom there is no help.
Hear that? The Son of Man going to regular or mortal man. Don't put your trust in that, because there ain't no help in that. Go ahead.
His breath goeth forth, he returneth to his earth.
Right, because he going to die. He can't live forever, okay, like the Most High God. Go ahead.
In that very day, his thoughts perish. Happy is he that hath the God of Jacob for his help.
Hear that? You Israelites, they have the God of Jacob, which is Israel, for your help. Go ahead.
Whose hope is in the Lord his God, which made heaven and earth, to the sea, and all that is therein, which keepeth truth forever.
Right, keep it true forever, because he don't die. The Most High and Christ, guess what? He lives for eternity. More. Right. So now give me Lamentations 4 and 17 through 19. So we're going to that. Lamentations 4 and 17 through 19 to show you how people they hope on this vain help. You know what I'm saying? Right. This vain help. You know what I'm saying? We depending on these other nations. You got it?
The book of Lamentations, chapter
4 and verse 17.
4 and verse 17.
You got it?
Yes, sir. For as for us, our eyes have yet failed.
Say that again.
As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not have saved us.
So these nations can't save us. We thinking that Trump and all the people that we vote to be president is going to help our people at some point, but they're not. We here to serve captivity, and that's it. So these other nations are not here to help us, period.
They ain't out here to help us, man. Hey, matter of fact, go to Deuteronomy 17 and 15 real quick, because the Most High said when we in our land, you know what I'm saying, he gonna give us a king. You know what I'm saying? Our king is Christ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We ain't here to vote for these other nations, getting caught up in their politics and all that stuff. When we get caught up in that, what happened? Then your hopes get down. Go ahead, I'm gonna prove on that, but go ahead, read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 17 and verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose.
Right, who the Lord gonna choose? Go ahead.
One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee.
That was the law right there. You had to set king over you, the one who the Most High God chose. Okay, there was a lineage of kings. Okay, that Christ came out of. Go ahead.
Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee.
Don't set no stranger over thee. Go ahead.
Which is not thy brother.
Which is not of your nation. Okay, we ain't supposed to do that. So, like for example, we got all these presidents, all of them been against us. Man, all of them ain't done nothing for us. Then we had a president, what's his name, Obama, right? Our people voted for him. They said he was the Black Moses and all this. He didn't do nothing. Nothing. Made things worse. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do nothing for your people. Your people. You still think about it. He's still in the same condition you was in the time when he was ruling. You know what I'm saying? Just same thing, same condition you've been in now. Doing them Trump things, okay? So he ain't helped us, so we can't put our hope in all these people, okay? So now we're gonna jump to the next thing here real quick. Go to give me the number 5 real quick. Number 5 here real quick. Let's see what y'all got on this right here. I just got a few little things I'm gonna touch on here. The number 5 is going into the child daycare on hold, okay?
Oh man.
So you got child and daycares on hold throughout America, right? So you got that for me there, sir? It's up there? Okay. Oh, that's it right there. Okay, go ahead. Read that topic.
What to know about Trump administration freezing federal child care funds?
So now we got to know about all this stuff here. So take a, yeah. You got that.
Let's see. All right. It says, the Trump administration has said it's freezing child care funds to all states until they provide more verification about the programs in a move fueled by a series of alleged fraud schemes at a Minnesota daycare. At Minnesota daycare centers run by Somali residents.
Right. So now because you see how Trump he was hitting hard on the Somalis, right? That's down. I seen a bunch of them that was up there when I went to Minnesota for work. It was I went to St. Cloud. There was a whole bunch of them up there in St. Cloud, Minnesota. There's a bunch of them up there in Minneapolis. A bunch of refugees there. You got a lot of them up in Maine. I mean throughout United States. They're refugees. You know what I'm saying? But they went like what we had read about early on. With the wars and stuff. Esau, you in the midst of that. You didn't want to cause all that stuff. So now you allow some of the Somalians to come here. Some of them is us. You know what I'm saying? For y'all don't know, some of the Somalis, some of them are Israelites. I'm gonna say some of them is Ham, but we got a lot of them are Israelites too as well. Okay, we'll touch on that as well. But go ahead and read on.
All 50 states will be impacted by the review, but the Republican administration is focusing more of its ire on the blue state of Minnesota and is calling for an audit of some of its centers.
Right, so they're causing an audit on some of these centers, right? But it's going to affect all 50 states. You got to remember, a lot of our women, our sisters, our single parents and them, hey, they got their kids that go to daycare, or both parents may work. They got to put their children in daycare,
right.
And why could the kid, they can't afford, like you said, they got to work, what I'm saying? So the kids got to go somewhere, and not saying it's the best place for them to be, but for some people, that's all they can do.
Option.
That's the option, right? There's no other option. So now you about to take this option, you about to freeze on this thing that's going to mess up people. Now people going to have to take the kids to work, or people going to have to stay home from work, or lose their job because they ain't got nobody to watch their kids, you know what I'm saying? So, but like you say, I wanted to touch on a little topic on that real quick, about the Somalians, you know what I'm saying? Some of them is us, so remember we scattered in all 4 corners of the earth, right? So we'll touch on these are curses. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:15 real quick when you get it. So these are curses because when you see them, right, when I went to those different states where I saw them at, they living in ghettos and the slums too. You know what I'm saying? Amongst us. Impoverished too, right? So go ahead and read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
This is all us Israelites. We don't listen to God, us wherever we scattered about. Go ahead.
To observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses...
All these what?
All these curses...
Evil things, bad things, these curses, you know what I'm saying? That what? These are wise sayings, all type of stuff that's going to take place on the children of Israel. Bad things, go ahead.
Shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
It said they shall come upon thee and overtake thee, right? So read verse 16. So now, we're going to read about what's happening to them in Minnesota and what's going to take place in all these other places. Go ahead.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Cursed shall we be in the city?
And cursed shall thou be in the
So
field.
cursed shall we be in the field. You know what I'm saying? Today at work, we were cursed in the tobacco field here in North Carolina, cotton fields of Mississippi, Alabama, you name it. You know what I'm saying? The sugar cane fields in the Caribbean, amongst, the Latin countries and the what do you call it? The West Indian countries. I mean, places that's out in the Caribbean,
Right.
okay, or South, Central America, you name it. Hey, all our people were going through it, right? So now jump to verse 45, because this is what happened. You got them, they came over here, right? They thought to seek a better life. I'm coming to America. Just like the movie Coming to America. He thought everything, I'm gonna find me a wife. And them damn women wretched. I don't know what. So now, hey, look, they come over to America. They think, hey, I'm gonna have it nice. But there's a catch-22. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee.
He said, what? Do what?
And shall pursue thee.
Whenever you get a chance, look up the word pursue. Pursue means to follow. So I'm in pursuit. You hear the police officer say that they're going to chase you and follow you. I don't care if you go to the moon. You're an astronaut. You go to the moon. You African American, Hispanic, Native American, or part of the diaspora. Guess what? They're going to be racist to you in the moon. At the space station, that's what I meant to say, not the moon. But when they go out to the space station, guess what? They're going to be racist towards you. You might be the last. They might leave you up in there and blow that thing up. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because you're asking, you're not important to them. So, hey, no matter where you go, the curses going to follow you, okay? So, no matter how they came here to America, all those different nations, they came here for a better life. Hey, guess what? Now they got to deal with ICE, or whatever. Not say ISIS, but ICE. Then they come in, they locking them up, boy. Trying to send them away and stuff.
Lock him up.
Yeah, lock him up. So go ahead and read that verse again, verse 45.
Verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed.
Till you be destroyed, right? Read verse 64.
Verse 64. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from the one end of the earth even unto the other.
Right, how we were scattered. A lot of us were scattered on slave ships. You know what I'm saying? Some of it, if you read First Kings 8 and 46, or you read that, they're going to show you some of us walked during slavery. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody went on slave ships. That's why I said far or near. Right. You know what I'm saying? Some of us had to walk during the sub-Saharan slave trade, right? So read on.
And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people from one end of the earth even unto the other. And there thou shalt serve other gods.
There you're going to serve other gods. So like the Somalians, a lot of them are in Islam, okay? A lot of that stuff was forced on them, during the sub-Saharan slave trade. Those that are us amongst them, right? Read on.
Thou shalt serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
Even wood and stone, because some of them are Christians, and some of them, the Christian going to the cross, the stone going to the cobblestone down in Mecca in Saudi Arabia. So now, go to jump. Let me see it real quick. I know due to the sake of time. Do y'all have any scriptures, anything y'all want to say about that, about the Somalians? No, second play, or anything about the daycare, the child care? Anybody got anything to say? Go ahead.
I got one. Let me get Zephaniah 2:1. Just a quick solution.
Go ahead.
Just a quick solution. Because it's things like this are you seeing them happening. Like this is Minnesota, right?
Yes.
This is Minnesota. You think this thing ain't gonna span? That most of the time the government just picks a spot to start something just to kind of see how the public gonna react. You know what I'm saying? Yep. It's not gonna cause a lot of damage there, so we'll do it here first. But best believe it's gonna swing around to your front doorstep, Raleigh, and all the listening area. It's gonna be here soon, right? But you gotta prepare for these things. The Lord is preparing us for these things.
Right.
We have the solutions according to the scriptures. This is one of them. Read
the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
That is the blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, the Israelites in this country and throughout the diaspora. We are not desired. Anywhere we are, they thought they was going to leave from Somalia where they weren't desired and come over here to be even more not desired. You understand? But the scriptures say gather together. We have to have unity. Don't they say it take a nation to raise a tribe to raise a child, or a nation to raise a child? That's the type of thing you're gonna have to have set up. That's why we got our school system that's being put together right now. Our own school system for our kids. We got we doing little mock daycare things for when we go out. You know, that's all a predecessor to be able to solve these problems that we see headed in our direction. We testing the waters now to make sure we work out all the kinks, because we may have to have our own permanent daycare centers that are going to have to be funded by us, because the government ain't gonna give you no funds for it. Right. They're not gonna give you the things you need to succeed. Stop looking for your oppressor to give you what you need to succeed. That doesn't make sense. It's false hope. It don't make sense.
False hope, right? So, all right, so we're gonna jump into the next thing here. I know y'all seen that on the news with Trump auctions off Jesus paintings, right? You know, so pull that article up, sir. Number 6, what you got lined up already, and we just gonna read the title, and then we'll touch on it, and then we're gonna jump to the last one I have. But read that right there.
It says Trump auctions off Jesus painting for $2.75 million in front of Netanyahu and MAGA loyalists at Mar-a-Lago NYE Bash.
Right, so it's showing you all this stuff, man. That they doing there. Actually, let me see here. Recording. I know we got. Well, we ain't gonna read it. No, we ain't gonna read that. But it pretty much just going into what the topic is. We're gonna touch on it. We'll talk about it. So. See that picture right there? So he got a picture of Cesar Borgia, right? So we'll touch on some scriptures. We're gonna show y'all. So he auctioned off this thing, this picture, you know what I'm saying, of the beast. That's what it is, the image of the beast.
That's right.
Right. So give me that about the image of the beast. Was that Revelations 13 or Revelations 12? You know what I'm talking about? 13. Get that for me real quick. So we're gonna read about that, and then we're gonna show you what the true image is. Okay, go ahead. Because we just want to hit some key points on it. And a lot of people think that's Jesus the Christ, and that is not him.
$2.75 million.
Yeah, and whoever paid that money is a fool. But you know, go ahead and read what you got.
13, 15.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
Right. Go up a little bit. Yeah, go up a little bit real quick.
Revelation chapter 13 and verse 12.
Go ahead.
And he exercises all power of the first beast.
Right. So now that first beast that it's talking about is Rome, right? So this is America. America have a lot of attributes of Rome and Greece. That's why you see the pillars and stuff. You look at downtown, you see a lot of ancient Greek, Rome, and statues and stuff all over America, right? You know, so they take those attributes. They take on attributes of Egypt, and they're Babylon the Great, right? So now he take on those attributes, right? Read on.
And he exercises all power of the first beast before him, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast.
Right, they worship the first beast. What do it mean? They worship their image, right? We already read that in what is it? How he changed laws and times, you know, in Daniel 7:25, and we read in Job 9:24, right? So he'll change the color and change the image to look like him. You know, I know First Maccabees goes in that too as well. But go ahead.
Whose deadly wound was healed. Verse 13. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven.
So what he's talking about, that fire come down from heaven, that was during World War II. This is how World War II was ended, when they dropped that nuclear bomb, the atom bomb, on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, Japan, okay? 1945. When he dropped that, they said it looked like fire come from heaven. That's what's his name? Oppenheimer. Right. Y'all watch the movie Oppenheimer? He says it in there. He said this is a miracle right here that he did, and they ain't never said everybody saw that. They said, man, that's that judge. And what you saw in what is it, Terminator 2 Judgment Day? Yep. Hey, you see them burning? They saw that. They said, oh no. They said we can't. As a matter of fact, that land is contaminated. Right. You can't eat nothing off of it. Right. But read on.
And deceiveth them that dwelleth on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast.
That's what they saw. They showed that thing. They showed everybody, and you mess with us, this is what's going to happen. So everybody feared them. Go ahead.
Saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast.
They're going to make an image to the beast. This is what we're looking at. This is the image. This is Cesar Borgia, Pope Alexander VI of Rome. That's his son. Read.
Which had the wound by a sword, and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast.
So how he gave power, how he give life and power to that image? He said this is. He put his son up. His son got killed. He put his son image up and say, "This is Jesus the Christ." He brought it here to the Americas, which was called, you know, what the so-called natives are here at. The so-called natives are the Israelites that make up the 10 tribes of Israel, the lost 10 tribes. So he forced that on them, and he forced it throughout the whole earth. Okay, so everybody think that image is the Jesus the Christ. Okay,
right.
So he forced everybody to worship that, and he have his movies come out, his plays, it talks. He got his pictures, the cards. Everybody see the motion picture.
Dressing up like him.
Yeah, dressing up like him. People bowing down to that. That's idolatry, man. That ain't Jesus the Christ. So real quick, we're gonna go to the quick image. We're gonna go to the true image. Give me, Revelation 1 and verse. We'll get to the point. Woo. Revelation 1 and 14.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Look at that right there. There it is.
Mean right there, boy.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
He said his head and his hairs were white like wool. What is wool? Like a sheep, okay? Sure. Read.
As white as snow.
I mean, it was all white. Go ahead.
As white as snow, and his eyes were as a flame of fire.
The whites of his eyes were red. He didn't shoot out laser beams and stuff like Cyclops or nothing. Meaning his eyes were red with wine. When you read about that prophecy in Genesis 49 and 12. Go ahead.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So you look at his feet, right? His feet. Back then they wore sandals. You know, they said his feet like unto fine brass. Go ahead.
As if they burned in a furnace.
As it burned in a furnace. Man, he was so black, like he was burnt. Mama left him in the oven so long. But read on.
And his voice as the sound of many waters.
And his voice, the sound of many waters. Okay, meaning Christ was a dark-skinned man with nappy hair.
Right.
Okay, it's a point blank. You read about
loud.
that. And spoke very loud. That's what the multitude of waters right there. You go to a waterfall, it's loud. Okay, so then you can read about that also in Daniel. You know what I'm saying? We read about him in Daniel 10 and 6. Okay, they show you how Christ looked, and they tell you more. His arms and his feet, I can color the polished brass. In order to polish brass, you got to burn it.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airwaves, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.